Have you ever found yourself wondering, why do some women, even in their 70s and beyond, still seek men in a world that often tries to sideline them? These women defy expectations. They aren't chasing fairy tales or clinging to the past. They're embracing life with courage, grace, and a hunger for connection that never truly fades. And if you think desire, love, or intimacy have an expiration date, this story will shake you. Because behind every silver strand of hair and every wrinkle carved by time is a woman still yearning to be seen, heard, and held. In today's video, we're peeling back the curtain on 5 deeply honest reasons why women over 70 continue to seek romantic companionship, and why this pursuit isn't about loneliness or desperation, but something far more powerful: the right to feel alive again. So stay with me until the end, because what you're about to hear may just rewrite everything you thought you knew about aging, love, and the unbreakable spirit of a woman who's lived, loved, and still believes there's more ahead. Reason number 1. The deep human craving for emotional connection. By the time a woman reaches her 70s, she's carried generations on her back. She's been the caretaker, the decision maker, the nurturer. She's soothed childhood tears, buried dreams for the sake of duty, and stood silently through storms she never asked for. But beneath all that strength still beats a heart that longs for something beautifully simple: to be understood. This stage of life is not about accumulating more. It's about peeling back the noise and returning to what matters. And for many older women, what matters most is a man who sees them, not just as someone's grandmother, not just as someone who used to be beautiful or vibrant, but as someone who still is. She doesn't want surface-level chit-chat or a partner who's simply present. She craves depth, a soul who listens without rushing, a companion who knows her favorite scent, remembers her father's name, and notices the shift in her voice when she's hurting but won't say so out loud. Many of these women have lost partners. Some never found the right one. Others stayed for decades in relationships where their emotional needs were never truly met. So now, in their 70s, they're seeking what they've earned: emotional intimacy. A kind of connection that doesn't ask them to shrink or change. A bond where she can laugh without fear of judgment and cry without being called too sensitive. This isn't about filling a void. It's about honoring the soul. And for women who've weathered so many seasons alone, emotional companionship becomes not a luxury, but a sacred right. Reason number 2, the undeniable thirst for adventure and aliveness. Think aging means slowing down, fading into the background, or watching life from the sidelines. Tell that to the 74-year-old woman booking her first solo trip to Italy, or the 77-year-old taking up salsa dancing, or the 79-year-old who just went on her first date in 30 years and felt her heart flutter like a teenager. Yes, the body may change, but the spirit? It never forgets how to dance. For many women over 70, life finally feels like theirs. After years of responsibilities, raising children, caregiving for aging parents, running households, they're no longer defined by what others need from them. Now, they want more than routine, more than comfort. They want thrill. And you know what? Love can be thrilling. Romance at 70 can be more intoxicating than at 20, because now there's clarity, there's confidence, there's a refusal to settle. Whether it's holding hands under the stars, trying a new cuisine with someone who makes them laugh, or even just the nervous excitement of getting ready for a date, these experiences reignite something that society mistakenly thinks they've lost. They haven't lost it. It was just waiting. And sometimes meeting someone new can feel like life whispering, "You're still here." There's still magic left. Because contrary to what the world believes, the desire for intimacy, be it emotional, romantic, or even physical, doesn't disappear. It transforms, it matures, and it becomes one of the most life-affirming adventures a woman can pursue in her later years. Reason number 3, healing old wounds and embracing second chances. No one reaches their 70s without scars. Some carry the ache of lost spouses, the betrayal of divorce, or decades spent in silent marriages where love died slowly. Others put love on hold entirely, pouring themselves into careers or family until one day they looked up and realized there was no one left beside them. But here's the miracle. They still believe in love. Not the naive, fairy tale love of youth, but a grounded, soulful connection that feels safe and real. For these women, seeking a man at this stage isn't about starting over. It's about starting right. It's about believing that healing is possible and that they deserve it. Imagine the widow who hasn't smiled in years suddenly laughing at a joke over dinner. Or the woman who once thought she was unlovable realizing she's captivating just as she is. These are not small moments. They're seismic shifts. In seeking love now, these women are reclaiming themselves. They're choosing not to let past heartbreak define their future. They're proving that age is not a full stop. It's a comma, a pause before a brand new sentence. And often, the men they find now aren't flashy or boastful. They're kind. They're gentle. They've also lived. They bring calm instead of chaos, presence instead of performance. And together, they write a quieter, deeper kind of love story. One built on mutual respect, shared laughter, and the unshakable truth that it's never too late. Reason number 4. Intellectual and social stimulation that sparks the soul. A sharp mind never grows old. And many women over 70 have minds that are vibrant, curious, and hungry for stimulation. They've read the books. They've lived through history. They've formed opinions, challenged norms, and built wisdom over a lifetime. But what good is all that richness without someone to share it with? This is why companionship matters, not just for the heart, but for the mind. A good conversation can be more intoxicating than a glass of wine. A debate over dinner, a shared love for old films, or reminiscing about the music that shaped their youth. These exchanges light up the brain and nourish the spirit. Studies show that seniors who maintain social and intellectual engagement experience better cognitive health and emotional well-being. But beyond the data, it's simple. Humans were made for connection. Having a partner to swap ideas with, to challenge their thinking, to listen and respond with curiosity. That's a form of intimacy too. And for many women, it's just as important as physical touch. Some find themselves learning new things from their partners. New languages, new recipes, new perspectives on politics or poetry. Others simply enjoy the feeling of being heard, understood, and stimulated. Because yes, beauty may fade, but conversation, wit, depth, these only grow more alluring with time. And in this phase of life where shallow interactions no longer satisfy, a partner who nourishes the intellect is not just desired, it's magnetic. Reason number 5, the irreplaceable feeling of being valued and cherished. This one might be the most powerful of all. After a lifetime of giving, of showing up for others, often at the expense of themselves, many women over 70 crave something profoundly simple. To be cherished, not tolerated, not taken for granted, but genuinely valued. A kind word, a warm glance, a touch that says, "You matter to me." These small gestures mean the world, especially to someone who has gone years without them. Some women spent decades in roles where their emotional needs were pushed aside. Others were never taught they deserved to take up space in someone's heart. But now they know better. They know they deserve admiration, not for what they can do, but for who they are, for their laughter lines, for their wisdom, for their resilience. And the men who seek them now, the good ones, they see all of that. They don't chase youth. They celebrate maturity. They know that a woman in her 70s isn't fragile. She's fierce. And when they choose her, they're choosing depth, soul, and a kind of radiant beauty that only time can create. To feel desired at 70 is not about vanity. It's about humanity. It says, you still light up a room. You still inspire someone's heartbeat. You still belong in the spotlight of someone's affection. And in a world that so often tells women to fade as they age, these moments of being seen, truly seen, are not just romantic. They're revolutionary. So here we are, 5 honest, raw, and powerful reasons why women over 70 still seek men. And if you've listened closely, you'll notice something. It was never really about the man. It's about connection. It's about hope. It's about refusing to let life grow dull or small or quiet. These women are not clinging to the past. They're stepping boldly into their future. They're choosing love, intimacy, and joy on their own terms. They remind us that romance isn't for the young. It's for the living. So if you're watching this and thinking, is it too late for me? Hear this. It's not. It never is. Whether you're 40 or 80, if your heart still beats it still longs. And that longing is not weakness. It's your humanity calling you home. Let love find you again. Let friendship surprise you. Let connection remind you that you are still and always will be worthy. If this video touched your heart, leave a comment below. Tell us, what insight surprised you the most? Do you see yourself in this story? Or maybe someone you love? We'd be honored to hear from you. And if you found value in this message, please like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us create more content that celebrates real lives, deep emotions, and the beauty of aging with courage and grace. Thank you for being here. And remember, no matter your age, the best chapters may still be waiting. We'll see you in the next video.